Hello learners, parents and teachers. In this video, we will look at the subject combinations under the Arts and Sports Science pathway. This information comes from the official Ministry of Education Grade 10 selection system and the ministry's list of approved senior school subject combinations. Arts and Sports Science is one of the three pathways in senior school, and the other two are STEM and Social Sciences. Now, this pathway may suit learners who enjoy drawing, painting, designing, people who love music, dancing, acting, physical activities, games, sports, even those who love film. So, learners under this pathway do not all study the same subject. That is very important to understand, that although different learners may choose this pathway, they don't necessarily have to learn the same things. Now, the Arts and Sports Science pathway has two main tracks. Now, I want us to look at these two main tracks so that we can understand the subject combinations. The first one is the Arts track, and the second one is the Sports and Recreation track. Now, the official Ministry of Education list contains 72 approved combinations under these pathways. We have 72 at the moment. And the Arts track has 46 combinations. So the Sports and Recreation track definitely has 26, so that they can make up the 72. And every combination contains 3 subjects. Now, we are going to look at them and give examples, and we are going to begin with the Arts track. Remember that we are looking at the two tracks separately. Now, the Arts track. The Arts track focuses on three main creative subjects, and they include fine arts, music and dance, and then theater and film. Now, fine arts may involve drawing, painting, sculpture, designing, and other forms of visual expression. And then music and dance may involve things like singing, that is music and dance. So here we are singing, we are talking about instruments. We should also talk about music creation, performance, and movement. Therefore, theater and film may involve things like acting, script writing. We have people who are very gifted in script writing. They can come up with a very interesting story. Also directing. We have people who love directing. If they direct a movie or a film, it will come out perfect. We also have those who love stage performance. We have those who love film production, and others who love storytelling. So that is all in theater and film. Now, in most arts combinations, a learner studies 2 creative subjects together with one other subject. You see, so that is how the Ministry of Education, I realize that is how mostly they have organized it, that there are 2 creative subjects and then there is one other subject. So let us look at examples so you can understand. Some of the combinations in the ministry list includes fine arts, theater and film, and then business studies. So look at these two. We have fine arts, theater and film, and then another subject is business studies. Then another one is fine arts, theater and film, computer studies. And the same way, fine arts, theater and film also has addition of biology. In another combination, it has an addition of literature and English. Another one is music and dance, fine arts, and then geography. Another one is music and dance, fine arts, and then French. Or music and dance, fine arts, and then advanced mathematics. Another one is theater and film, music and dance, and then history and citizenship. I hope you understand how these combinations are happening. See, another one is theater and film, music and dance, and then general science. Another example, theater and film, then music and dance, and then computer science. You see, there is also a combination containing all 3 main art subjects. So it doesn't have to add another different one. It can have all 3 main art subjects. I'll give you an example: music and dance, fine arts, and then theater and film. You see, these are only examples, and the complete arts track has 46 approved combinations. So the third subject in an arts combination may be Arabic, biology, business studies, computer studies, religious education, fasihi ya Kiswahili, maybe history and citizenship, Mandarin, English, maybe or sports and recreation. Now, what does this mean? This means that learners are given different ways of connecting their artistic talent with another area of interest. So you could have an artistic talent, but you also love business, or you also love biology, or you also love geography. So this gives you an opportunity to connect the two. For example, a learner interested in digital arts or animation may consider a combination that includes computer studies, so that even if you are learning digital art and animation, you will also end up being very well equipped in computer studies or computer skills. Also, a learner interested in writing, acting, or film may consider a combination containing theatre and film together with literature in English. That is going to sharpen your writing skills. So, another thing, a learner interested in managing an arts business may consider a combination that includes business studies. However, these are only examples of possible links. A learner should research the requirements of the courses and careers they hope to pursue. So it is upon you to do enough research on the subject combinations that you have chosen. Now, with that, let us look at the second track. And the second one is the sports and recreation track. Now, this track, the sports and recreation, may suit learners who enjoy things like physical activity, competitive sports, fitness, maybe coaching, teamwork, or recreation. And every approved combination in this track includes sports and recreation. You see? So sports and recreation is one of the things that are included. It is then combined with either biology or general science plus one more subject. Now we are going to look at examples of subject combinations under this track. So in all the examples that I'm giving, remember that sports and recreation is the beginning one. We have said that all the combinations must include sports and recreation. So look at the examples. We have sports and recreation, biology and business studies. Then we have sports and recreation, biology and computer studies. Then we have sports and recreation, biology and advanced mathematics. You see, then we have sports and recreation, general science and business studies. Let me give you another example. Sports and recreation, general science and computer studies. Another one, sports and recreation, general science and geography. So here we are saying that every combination will start with sports and recreation and then other two. Now, the science subject is important because sports involve the human body. It is also about health, because for people to be healthy, there has to be that physical activity. So it is also a lot about movement. It is also a lot about training and even physical performance. Now, the other subjects you are choosing may be supported by other areas of interest. For example, business studies may be useful for a learner interested in sports management or running a fitness business. Also, media technology may interest a learner who wants to work in sports broadcasting or media production. And then computer studies may connect sports with technology and also data. However, when choosing a sports and recreation combination, it does not automatically guarantee a learner entry into a particular career. You see, because course requirements may differ. How do you choose a combination? Remember that you cannot place any three subjects together and create your own combination. You must choose an exact combination from the Ministry of Education's approved list. We have an approved list. Then you should confirm that your preferred senior school offers that combination, or choose a combination and then look at the schools which offer it. Remember that not every school offers all the 32 arts and sports science combinations. When you go to the Ministry of Education's portal and look at and click on a combination, it will show you all the schools that are offering that combinations. Now, some art subjects may require things like studios, instruments, stages, camera, and even trained teachers. And not every school has that, Even sports programs may require suitable fields, a very good field sometimes coats, equipment, and qualified instructors. So that is why it is good to go to a school that has exactly what you are looking for. So to find the official combination, just go to the Ministry of Education Grade 10 selection system and then open the pathway section, choose Arts and Sports Science pathway, and then open either the arts track. We have talked about the arts track or the sports track, the one you prefer. And then the system will allow you to view the combinations and the schools that are offering them. So before choosing any combination under this track, you must ask yourself, do I enjoy creating or performing? Am I more interested in fine arts, music and dance, theater and film, or sports and recreation? So you must ask yourself, what do you love more? And then once you answer those questions, now you can see which subjects you perform well in and which are your future plans, which are your career goals. You see, which career do you want to pursue and which are your goals, and which schools are offering the combinations that fit within your options. Now, do not choose a pathway because someone else chose it, even if it is your friend. You have different paths to follow in life. That's why we are calling them pathway. Also, do not avoid a pathway because someone says that arts and sports is not important. It is a very important pathway. It is actually one of the best. People in arts and sports, they end up shining a lot. You just have to make sure that you are talented well enough in that area. And every learner has different abilities, interests, and also talents. So the right pathway is the one that fits your strengths and also your future goals. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you learned something. Please like and share with someone who might also need to hear this information. Keep learning and keep growing. Bye.